So we're going to get into it. I would like to thank Shelby Chong for giving us her time today. And I'd also like to thank her publicist, Melanie Hubert, for helping set this up. So here it is, Shelby Chong on the Natural Habitat Podcast.
Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
Cannabis. Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast, everybody. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is Unknown.
We're here with a very special episode.
We're periscoping this session, and somebody just joined.
I'll edit out all this coughing in post. Don't worry about it. We are broadcasting one half of the Natural Habitat Podcast live on Periscope. It's Joey's half from Hollywood, California. And you could find that at NH Podcast Live is what the name is. Or just go on Periscope, look up Natural Habitat Podcast. And you won't be able to see it now because by the time this episode airs, it'll be long gone and off the feed. But if you follow at Natural Habitat Podcast Live, NH Podcast Live, that's what it is, then you will be able to get half of the podcast early. It might be his half, might be my half, you never know. And you'll be able to get a sneak peek at it as we're recording it. And it will almost be live. It'll be half live. So if you're into half life, then go head over to Periscope and follow us. And also follow Horatio Sands because he is a great comedian and his Periscopes are always strange. So how you doing today, Joey?
I'm doing great, as usual.
Yeah, that's good.
Today's a specially stony day for us.
It definitely is. We I don't know how this happened. Something about the Twitter gods and things just all fell into place. And we acquired ourselves a phone interview with the one and only Shelby Chong. Now, Shelby Chong is a actress, producer, comedian, lives in Los Angeles, California, and she took some time out of her day and her busy schedule to talk to us and have a little conversation on the podcast and help us out. We're the little guys that are just trying to promote this positivity and this well-being and the healing powers of marijuana. And she knows where we're coming from, and she helped us out. So she's on hold right now, but we're not going to talk to her just yet. We're going to leave her on hold. It's very rude of us, but that's just how we do things around here. We apologize to her and anyone that's hurt by this. By this time that's going to elapse as we get high and talk about other things. But we will get to her shortly. Before that happens, I want to address the subject that everyone is highly anticipating. They want to know what's happening with it. Should they or should they not buy weed from Spencer? The answer is no. Don't do it. He's a bitch. And the weed's not going to be great. So I would say just get your 215 card. It's medical everywhere. And call up a local dispensary. There's ones everywhere, and Joey is having a lot of fun with Periscope right now. He's I just see him waving the phone all over the place.
It's Mikey on Periscope. Mikey and Joey. There you go.
Mm-hmm. See, I told him to Periscope half of this podcast, and now he's taking dabs and talking to somebody on Periscope, and just engulfed in that world. And that's what it does. Periscope's a weird app, dude. You don't really mess with it, I could tell, because you didn't know how to use it. But
yeah.
It's a weird thing that you could just see through the eyes of anybody else in the world at any time. You know, you see what they're seeing live.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It definitely adds something new. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like what Ustream did for Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, a whole new element. And it's weird that people all around the world have it. I remember when I first got it, I logged in, went through the feed, and I looked at some random video, and it was some kid that was maybe 14 years old, and he was in some shack in the jungle somewhere in, like, I want to say he was in Chile, and it was just like some wooded area. He was chilling. They had all kinds of blankets and clothes all hanging up to dry, chickens all over the place, and he was just walking around, and it was weird. You know, here I am in California, and I'm watching his Periscope over across the world, and, you know, his pad with his dirt floor, and I followed him, he followed me, and then he started watching my Periscopes, and I wonder what he thinks about me when I'm, you know, walking down the street and fucking yelling at traffic. I wonder what if he looks at me and he's like, wow, look at this kid. He's fucking weird, you know? I mean, I didn't say that about him, but I'm not trying to hate on this little kid from Chile. But it's just crazy that it's another way that technology brings us all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
What are you doing over here? What's going on?
Oh, you know, I'm experimenting with Periscope. I got the headphones up to the phone so they can hear you.
Oh, yeah?
At the same time they can hear me.
Oh, I remember. That's what I did last time is I set up another set of headphones and I set my phone on like the earpiece so that way they could hear me and you through the microphone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, is that working? You think?
I don't know. It seems to be.
Seems to be. Are you getting some interaction in there in that Periscope chat room?
Yeah, probably.
Are we gonna get paid for Periscope by how much we're bringing them up today?
Yeah,
I hope so.
Probably not, but fuck it. So, for those that don't know or couldn't figure it out yet, obviously Shelby Chong is Tommy Chong's wife. She was in a few of the movies, the Cheech and Chong movies, and she was associate producer of some of them as well.
Yeah, and that's crazy. What I didn't know is that, you know, that she was an associate producer and actually was behind the scenes of making these movies that we all love. And my first time actually seeing her, you know, I saw her in the movies, but I wasn't aware that was her. I thought it was just an actress. I didn't know that was, you know, Tommy Chong's wife. But after I saw the reunion tour when she opened up for him, because I remember seeing it a long time ago before you reminded me about it, and then I watched it again. But that was the first time that I actually saw her as Shelby Chong, Tommy Chong's wife, and I think that's the first time a lot of people were introduced to her. But she started doing comedy in '96, so she was making her rounds and, you know, building up her career. And a lot of people that I talked to about it, when I said, you know, we have an interview with Shelby Chong, they said, oh yeah, well, you know, she's a comedian because of who her husband is. But if you watch her, she's funny. She's actually really funny. Her delivery is good. And there's a lot of things that go into being a comedian that is more than just, having a good joke. You have to say it right. You have to work it out. And, she has a lot of that skill, I think, just because she's been around comedians her whole life.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a learned trait. It's not something that you just get overnight. And she has it, you know what I mean? She's really funny. She's very genuine and like sweet person. You could tell by talking to her. She's knowledgeable, and that's the thing about being a female comedian is you're not just it's not just you, you carry the weight of all females as well, like you're leading by example by doing things as such, you know what I mean? So she's like a great example for young female comedians coming up, and she's also in turn inspired by young comedians, and so you know what I mean? It's that yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine being doing stand up. It'd be really hard for me, and I've done shows in front of thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
it takes something different to put yourself and be vulnerable, be in that position, all by yourself out there like that.
Yeah, it's a whole other thing to, doing music. There's a lot of things that you rely on if you have other people in your group or if you're in a band, and the music itself that's going on, that fills up a lot of the space that's in the room. And if it's just you with a microphone and that's it, that's really hard to do. And I think that we know kind of what it's like from doing this podcast for so long, that when you first go from being able to write something down, formulate it how you want to say it to a beat, and then edit it and master it and make it sound all cool, and then add some backups so everything's all powerful. You can't do that here. You just have to talk, and it just comes out how it comes out. And I think that we kind of know, I think that we can empathize with comedians in a way, just because of all this time that we've had trying to entertain with nothing but voice, Yeah. So I definitely respect her and what she does. We wanted to get her on here, and we wanted to talk about her and her life and her ambitions and career. I'm sure that being the wife of such a famous comedian and actor, it's hard for her to do interviews where people don't just ask about Tommy. What's going on with Tommy? What's the next movie?
Right.
Are Cheech and Chong fucking doing this? Are they best buds again and all this? So
yeah, I agree.
So we don't want to do that to her. We are definitely interested in what she's doing in her life, because she has a lot to offer, which you will find in this interview. So I say that we get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I do think that the executives made a good point earlier that we're going to be talking to her over the phone. So we're going to patch her in, and they don't want her to be self-conscious about her voice, because her voice is going to be a little fuzzy, a little muffled from the phone. So they sent you FedEx overnight a voice changer. Did you get it in the mail?
Yep.
All right, so you're going to want to strap that to your face, Bane style, and make sure it's real tight. You want it to almost be cutting off the circulation. All right, you good? You got it on?
I'm ready.
All right. We're switching it over. Here it is. Okay, everybody, we have Shelby Chong on the phone right now, and she is coming to us live from Los Angeles, California. Shelby, are you out there?
I'm right here, sitting in my car, talking to you guys.
All right, well, it's an honor to have you here with us. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us.
My pleasure.
We all know you from your stand-up mostly, and we've seen you on a couple documentaries, on a couple tours. Can you tell us a little bit how you got into stand-up and when this happened?
This happened about 12 years ago. Anyways, because after Tommy and Cheech split up, Tommy took a few years off, and then he said, you know what, I want to go back on the road and do stand-up. So he started back, and then he came home after a couple of weeks out, and he said, hon, it's too lonely. I want you to come with me. I said, well, I will, but I don't want to just go and hang out in the hotel, you know, when your old man's working. There's really nothing for you to do. I said, but if I can start doing stand-up, then, you know, you can teach me how. He said, okay, you can start by introducing me. So that's how it started, which was very scary. And I mean, even saying 3 words on stage when you first start, it's so funny because you're so nervous.
Yeah.
And
right.
And the audience picks up, right? So you're the wife out there, like the big blonde bimbo, right? And so, yeah, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, but you know, I like a challenge, so.
Yeah, and apparently you enjoyed it because you're still at it.
Oh yeah, I mean, the endorphins go crazy, so you love it. You know, it's like a high. It's like getting stoned. It's a different kind of high.
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah. Right. And so, when did you guys? Do you stand up?
Oh, we're actually we're musicians.
Oh, you're musicians. Yeah. That's a little easier. I think you get to hide behind that instrument, right? I don't know.
That is true.
A little bit.
So, are there any comedians that you watched growing up, or people that inspired you besides the obvious, you know, Cheeches and Chongs, that made you want to get into comedy?
You know, I liked the black comics, Richard Pryor. I like the black ones. They all, and you know, Tommy and we used to go to the comedy clubs, and we'd go to the black ones, and so. That's sort of where he got his humor from, and I sort of was on his journey, so I sort of went along with him. So, you know, and anyways, and I'm pretty dirty. You guys have watched my show, I guess, and I'm pretty dirty, so
yeah,
I like that. I like the shock humor, and he taught me, and of course, so that's what I do.
Well, it's good to have, because nobody needs a clean comic.
No, it's so boring, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like to shock him. And a lot of times I'm the one that gets the comment, oh, she's too dirty. You know, you guys are smiling. Too much.
Well, that's good.
We almost had a reality show.
Yeah.
It was with Fox. And they flew down to Hawaii when we were doing a show there. And after the show, they turned us down because of me. I was too dirty.
Wow.
Oh, that's
not their loss.
Well, if they weren't going to let you be yourself, you didn't want to do the show anyway.
Yeah.
No kidding, right? It was with Fox, so there you go.
Huh. So, what about nowadays in comedy? Are there any young, up and coming comedians that you've been watching that you have your eye on?
Oh, what's the lady in Trainwreck? I mean, come on, she's so
Amy
funny.
Schumer.
Oh my God! And look. How
she is. She really is. She's in a league of her own for sure.
She is. I mean, come on. Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome. I love her. She takes so many chances. I mean, she just is out there doing it.
Yeah.
Bravo for her. Yeah. So she's really cool.
Definitely. One of our co-hosts, William Waffles, has a little crush on Amy Schumer, so he'll like.
Oh, does he?
He'll like that you brought her up.
Oh, that's so cute. She is so cute.
She is. She's adorable.
Yeah, she really is.
Right? Yeah. She's adorable. But anyways, now my new goal is to be on Dancing with the Stars. That's what I want to do.
I saw that. I saw
Do you have
Instagram
a campaign
post.
started?
Yes, I'm getting a campaign started, and I want you guys to help me out.
Yes, we can definitely do it.
Tommy got to be on it, so now I want to be on it. I just follow in his footsteps. Whatever he does, I do.
Hey, he did an awesome job on it. I actually watched and voted every week.
Did you? That's so sweet.
Yeah. And you could vote up to like 8 times or something, or like however many times there was to vote, you could vote for him. So I always voted every vote for him every time.
Oh, a lot of people did. I mean, come on, he stayed until the semifinals.
Yeah, he killed it. He did a good job.
Yeah, he literally killed it.
Yeah,
and that's the power that you guys have with your fan base, though. You know, you guys raised us basically. So it's like everybody appreciates it. Everybody loves everything that you guys have all done, and And I liked your stand-up when you opened up for them. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, you just came right out and were trash talking Bush and everything, and you were just right on point in the moment, you know. And we respect that for sure.
I appreciate that. Oh boy, but we were working now. Boy, would I have fun with Trump. What an idiot he is, huh? Wow. Oh my God. That guy.
Yeah.
And the trouble with Bush, nobody can bust him because he doesn't listen to anybody. He just, he just talks.
Yep.
He doesn't listen.
Yep. And that's the thing is like executive orders are doing that for these presidents nowadays. So it's crazy how it works.
Yeah, but it's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we have a few questions for our fans that we'd like to ask you. Just 5 quick questions.
Okay. Hope I can answer them.
Okay. Number 1 is your favorite type of weed, indica or sativa?
Indigo. I'm an old school. I'm not a big smoker. I used to do so much acid, and now I get because Tommy's just getting stoned. Now he's sick. He's getting stoned all day and all night. He wakes up and has to get so. I think I'm in a little constant state of being a little bit stoned, which is very nice. We have so much weed in our house. You would not believe it.
That's awesome. We're jealous.
Everywhere I go, there's piles. People in piles of weed.
See,
I can imagine.
I got to look for my bag in my house.
Yeah, well, come on over. I'm telling you. I give it to my dance teachers, and now everybody gets stoned. So we go to someone's house, we bring our little baggies.
Uh-huh.
And then that's the next question was, what was your favorite way to use it? Is it to smoke it or to eat edibles?
Oh, edibles for sure. Edibles.
Okay.
They're the best. I like it.
Number 3 is what's your favorite moment from your career?
My favorite moment from my career.
I'm sure that's a hard one. But if you could pick one, what do you think it would be? Because you've had a lot of memorable moments.
Yeah. What would be? I guess when we worked in New York at, what's the big theater in New York? I can't even remember now. My brain is pretty messed up. Okay, what's the big theater in New York that everybody wants to work? Come on, you guys tell me, because that's what it was. Have somebody phone in and tell me where we worked in New York, because she can't remember, but that's her favorite moment.
Are you talking like Broadway?
No, we did our show, the Cheech and Chong show there when we first went on tour.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
is it Madison Square Garden?
No, it's that. It's that old theater. Okay, someone will phone in and tell us.
Someone will figure it out.
Yeah, well, now you guys know she's a true stoner. She can't remember shit.
That's fine. We won't judge you for that.
This is
the Shelby Chong. You can tell.
That's awesome.
And
okay, the next question.
I'm going to tell you another one was when Cheech and Chong got roasted and we did the roast.
Oh yeah, that was a really good one too.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
All right, the next question is, what's your favorite podcast?
Oh, Cheech and Chong, Tommy Chong, of course.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah, we knew that. And then the 5th and final question is presidential hopeful. Who do you want to see be our next president?
Oh, Trump, for sure. I want Trump out there. I think I'm going to vote for Hillary because I'm a woman and I want a woman up there. That's who I want.
Yeah, that's cool.
She'd do better than Trump.
Yeah, well, anybody do better than Trump. I just hope she's into legalizing it, that's all.
Yeah.
And so do we.
I just hope she comes around and realizes it because it's a medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a medicine. Yeah.
And especially with all the legalization that's been happening in Oregon and in Colorado, and they've been doing all these tests, and actual scientists and doctors have been looking at it instead of just stoners in garages, and they've been finding out all of these amazing things that, it destroys tumors and can do all of this amazing stuff, and we're just starting to harness it.
isn't it amazing? And I have this cream at home that's made with cannabis cream. And when your muscles get sore and you rub that on there, on your muscles, it is amazing how well it works.
Wow.
No, I mean, yeah, they are just discovering. I know the drug companies, it scares the shit out of them. You know, that's what, because it's like, wow, pot can take care of everything.
Yeah.
It really can. It's like the most medicinal plant in the world, and that's like the biggest conspiracy in of our times is that it's illegal.
Yeah, that is. And I mean, what's the percentage of people want it legal now? I mean, it's way up there.
Yeah.
80% of the people. So yeah. And look at, Oregon and all these places that it's legal. They're making so much money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
They don't even know what to do with it. They're making so much that they have to give it away because they don't know what to do with it.
Well, they said that, but I don't think anybody's got anything, right?
Yeah, me neither. You know how that works.
Yeah. It's like they're gonna let people out of prison. Oh yeah, right. That's never happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely not.
But anyways, hey, it was so much fun talking to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for all the entertainment you've given us over the years, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and join us on our little show. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime I can get Mr. Chong on for you too if you want.
That would be amazing.
Yes, most definitely. That would be a dream come true. And let us know. Give us all your information and let us know about your Dancing with the Stars campaign, and we'll spread it around everywhere that we can.
Cool.
And also for the ladies out there that are listening, you also have a beauty secrets Tumblr that you run. Is that correct? I
do. I have my little beauty blog, so if people want to check out and see how I've stayed so young and gorgeous looking, and it's not just smoking pot. There's a lot of other stuff you have to do.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Yeah, my girlfriend was actually going through it this morning, and she was really surprised by a lot of stuff. I think she's going to start looking into it and using it. So a lot of people can do that.
Oh, good.
Shelby is a beautiful woman. You look like you're not a day over 28. And
oh my goodness!
And you know, if you weren't
say 48, I'll go even for 48.
I don't know, if you weren't married, this interview might have gone a little bit different. But I respect your husband.
Oh,
so
darn.
All right. Well,
okay, next time I'm going to do the interview as a single lady and see what you ask. That'll be so much.
All right. We'll definitely do that one day.
Okay.
All right. Well,
bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye. She was the nicest lady ever. She was so nice.
Yeah, she really was.
That was good. That was that went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. I mean, I thought that I was gonna do horrible and that I was gonna stumble over my words, and I definitely thought I was gonna end up crying at some point, but I didn't.
Right.
Everything was gravy.
Well, I'm proud of you, Mikey. Great job.
Thanks, man. I'm proud of you too, and I'm glad that you got your voice changer off so quick. You ripped that thing right off your face. Was it uncomfortable, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, it's hard to breathe.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're all right.
But
that was
sometimes you just got to suck it up and take one for the team, you know?
That was a cool 15 minutes that you weren't breathing.
Yeah.
So.
But that's my superpower.
That's some David Blaine shit, man.
Everybody's got one. Mine's to not breathe.
Everybody's got one superpower?
Yeah.
Man, I wonder what mine is.
Yep.
Mine is that I could survive off of pizza.
Me too.
It's proven. It's a proven fact. I've proven it plenty of times that I could just survive off of nothing but pizza and not eat anything else, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a wonder miracle food.
Wonder miracle food. So, so that was really good, man. I think that she touched on a lot of shit, and she shares a hatred for Donald Trump with us.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Donald Trump's your favorite presidential candidate.
Yeah, I always thought it was good that he ran. Okay, I always thought it was a good idea. I think that somebody like him could help us with our debt situation for sure. You know what I mean? He's not the right person for president, but he is doing things and shaking shit up that we needed to happen. You know, let him blow his money. If he wants to blow his own money doing shit like that, let him do it. But the fact is he's made a lot of waves and proven that somebody can come out of nowhere and run and pretty much take it if they wanted to. You know, so we need him around right now. But I don't know. I think Shelby gets it. I don't agree with her choice about Hillary, but that's just I'm sure that's just a girl power thing, so I'm not mad at her for that, you know. But
well, she said it was.
She's really smart. Yeah, exactly. That is what it is. That's cool. I'm cool with that. Whatever, girls can do their thing, stick together like that. You know, it's all good.
I think that I think that she had a lot of great solid opinions, you know, and fucking she did mention that she could get us an interview with Tommy. So I didn't bring that up. I just want to point out that she brought that up out of nowhere, and she promised it, and she also was signing a document as she said it. So, you know, maybe that'll happen one day. It'll be coming up.
You never know.
You don't. You never know.
Crazy things happen here.
I know. Crazier things have happened.
I'm jealous of the crazy thing about this is that their generation was way before ours, and we're still completely enveloped in everything from that era. Like, we have no business really watching shit from the 70s, but here we are still super fanboys of everything from the 70s. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, like, how these things, this is almost like Throwback Thursday in real life. You know what I mean? It's like this is the example of why all those things mean so much to us, all these nostalgic things. You know, Cheech and Chong is like, I remember finding them early on too, as like a young age, like 13 or 12 years old or something like that. You know, like, that's really young to be searching from beyond my own times. You know what I mean? Beyond my own means or whatever. So it's like a time machine. It really is. It's like all this, like, we grew up watching all these things and have learned to appreciate it over the years, and they're still so prevalent and relevant in everybody's lives. And it's like, it's a trip to me. It's cool to see, like, how everything is still pushing. Yeah,
and I think it's just that type of content that's timeless, no matter really when you watch it or where you are or what time of your life you're in. You can watch it and it has the same value. It's like Led Zeppelin is that way to me. Led Zeppelin, all of their songs are timeless. You don't have to be living in a certain year to understand them or to relate to them. And they rarely ever reference things of their time. It was more just stories that could stand on their own anywhere. And I think that's what Cheech and Chong comedy is. It's just good, wholesome comedy for stoners that stands the test of time.
It really does. It's a trip, man. It's crazy. She was in Cheech and Chong's next movie. She acted in Cheech and Chong's next movie, Nice Dreams, Things Are Tough All Over. And she was associate producer for Still Smoking, the Corsican Brothers, and one other one, I think. I think there were 6 of them. So, like, that's crazy. Those are all super good classic movies that I still watch personally. Like, I guarantee you, as soon as we're done with this episode, I'm about to go and have a Cheech and Chong marathon.
Yep.
And watch all these movies over again because it's really like that.
I know. I want to watch the Corsican Brothers now. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. They were so funny. They were so original and so different than anything else, you know. And that's why Shelby's so good. You know, it's like she was there. She was with all this. She was part of everything, and of course she's funny. Of course she's good at everything. You know what I mean? Of course she's sweet. You know, she embodies the character that she really is in life. You know what I mean? And that's why she's cool as she is.
Yeah, she seemed really honest and you know, just like a really sincere person. And it was really an honor to have her here and to talk to her. She was really cool, and her resume is impressive. I'm looking at all the shit that she's done, all these movies that she's produced, and to be like Tommy's opener for after Cheech and Chong broke up and Tommy was still on the road, and she said that he wanted her to come and do something, or she wanted to do something, so he like taught her comedy. And to do that, to go out on stage, and I mean everyone's stoners, but people still have their opinions, and
right.
People still don't want Cheech and Chong to break up and think that it's this and that. So for her to go on that stage and open for Tommy in front of that crowd, and to make it through that, night and night again, every tour, and to be accepted by all these people, not anybody could have done that. She that was a really big feat to overcome,
And the fact that they're together for as long as they've been.
Yeah, they've been married for fucking 40 years.
Yeah, it's like they're an inspiration to everybody's relationship. To be where you're at and to be as happy as you are and to be as successful as you are, you have to work together. And it's like a real partnership in both life and work and everything, you know what I mean? So it's like it gives people like us hope at the same time, like it's like, wow, she can take the time out of her day to come do our podcast and shed some light into our lives, and be as successful as she is, it's like, it's cool to see.
Yeah. And also very professional. We talked to her, and she was supposed to call us at 1:00. She called us at 1:00, like right when the clock changed on my phone from
strike of one,
from 12:59 to 1:00. The phone was ringing, and
yep.
I also wanted to give a shout out to her publicist, Melanie. She was the one that helped set this all up. I was emailing her, and she was a really nice person, really good help, and she's the reason why this all happened. So thank you, Melanie. You're the shit. And thank you, Shelby. And thank you, Joey.
Yeah.
Thank you for being such a badass co-host and for helping me make this happen. And thank you, listeners, for being here for us. I'm on a thanking spree right now.
Yeah, good times.
Yep. So what is were you into Cheech and Chong's comedy records and CDs and stuff as well?
Yeah, I had all of them. I think that their records were just as funny as like any of their stand-up or any of their TV shows or movies that they did. Like it's all equally funny, especially like the songs that they did and the characters that they built and their on-stage characters with their singing and everything they did was pretty funny, and it all translated even through the record. Like you can tell like if they were playing an older character, they really sounded old, or like, you know what I mean? So I remember all of it really well.
Yeah, I remember all the Sergeant Stadenko stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Dave's not here.
Yep, Dave's not here. And then there was one with there was like a nun, sister something that that like ran the class of all the horrible kids, and she was the one that brought in Sergeant Stadenko. It was just like
Basketball Jones.
I got a Basketball Jones. I wonder if Shelby did anything on the albums.
I don't know. We'll have to ask her next time.
Yeah, we'll have to get her on again. But everybody out there that listens to our podcast, I'm gonna say 90% of you, 95% of you smoke weed on a regular basis. And the other 5% of you used to smoke weed and can't right now because you're trying to get a better job, you're having a kid or something, and, that's cool. You got to do that sometimes. Props to you. But most of you guys grew up with the Cheech and Chong culture, and were exposed to Shelby Chong your whole life and probably just didn't know it. You know, you just thought that she was some hot blonde girl that they hired. But, you know, she's still at it, and she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, which is going to be dope. I'm going to vote for her, and I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. We're going to help her get there.
Yeah, so if as soon as her campaign gets ready, we're going to start promoting that. And when that's done and she gets on the show, we're all going to start promoting votes for her, and you guys are going to help us out, and she's going to see exactly what happens when you do an interview on the Natural Habitat podcast. How much positivity, how much support you get, and just the general love from our listeners. Our listeners are dope people, you know? They hook it up.
And they do Dancing with the Stars right here in Hollywood, so the real stoners can show their support by showing up and smoking a joint outside and get it real smoky, so the judges feel a lot of love and show Shelby a lot of support when she does her thing.
Yeah, we'll be there.
High as shit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, that's gonna be dope. Anything else? Anything else you wanna throw in here before we sign off?
Everybody go watch a Cheech and Chong movie, get super high, and then hit us up on the socials and let us know what you thought about this episode, and show your support for Shelby by voting on Dancing with the Stars. And that's really it.
Yeah, we're gonna play a game. It's gonna be hashtag Where's Shelby, and we want you to go watch a Cheech and Chong video or a movie and find Shelby Chong somewhere, take a picture of her, and tag it and tag us. And if you do that, then we will we're gonna do something nice for you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and it won't be anything related to my penis, I promise.
We'll try not.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Peace, bitches.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.